Wah. Hello everyone, what's happening? It's Richard Purnell here, and my sonic screwdriver. What the heck? Work! There we go. And my sonic screwdriver. And I am here to talk about the greatest freaking thing of all time, and that is the 50th anniversary Doctor Who special that aired tonight. Well, it aired this afternoon at like 2 o'clock, but it still aired, and it's exciting. Now, I initially was planning to do this like any old regular review that I've done on my channel, you know, quick cuts and funny jokes, and since it's Doctor Who, have the screwdriver appear every couple of times. But this time, I just want to make this raw, I just want to make this emotional and make this fun and exciting and just really expel my nerdy Whovianness without any kind of quick cut. So all the mistakes, all that stuff, it's going to be in this video. Not that I can't edit it, because my computer is alive and working, so is my editing software, but I just felt it would be a little bit better. And even though I hate doing one-take videos, I'm going to do it anyways. Just because there's just so much raw like emotion, and it's still very fresh in my memory, and oh man, I'm still kind of nerded out because the celebrations technically aren't over. I mean, they played the thing 3 times. I think they're playing it a 3rd time right now, but they've played the thing a couple of times at this point. They did pre-shows, they did a post-show on YouTube. People have been doing stuff all week, videos on YouTube, and man, this thing's huge. Like, this thing is so massive. They're actually playing the 13th. They're actually playing the 50th anniversary special in movie theaters in 3D on Monday afternoon. And I can't go because I have to work. Damn it, buybacks. But I am excited that they're doing something like that. I was planning on going. I did actually get tickets, but I can't go anymore. So that kind of sucks. I probably should have found out if I was working that day or requested off that day, but I didn't. I even tried to like rejigger my schedule just so that I can either work in the morning or have someone work in my stead, but so far, unfortunately, nothing's worked out because everybody that I work with has school. So I'm kind of stuck. But either way, I hope those of you that are going enjoy it. Tell me how the 3D is. I'm not a 3D person, ironically enough, but still, it's a pretty exciting thing to get to watch something like that in theaters. But anyways, let's talk about the actual special itself, because again, like I said, it's aired a couple of times. Let me just put this down because I want to open hands. Anyway, so I'm going to try to be spoiler free. Not that people haven't watched it. I'm sure all of you that are watching this has actually watched it, but even so, just for my own benefit, and because I'm nervous. I don't know really why I'm nervous, but just for my own benefit, I'm just gonna not spoil much. But I will say, so this 50th anniversary special, which is, by the way, the biggest episode of Doctor Who, I mean, from the shot choices to the locations, like, this thing is massive. I'm not even kidding you. But this episode was basically about Matt Smith getting a distress call, like any doctor does whenever an episode starts. Matt Smith's doctor, the 11th Doctor, gets a distress call from Queen Elizabeth I, whom he remembers from when he was the 10th Doctor. It's kind of a funny memory too. Again, no spoilers, but it was a funny memory. And so to kind of prove that it was in fact that the distress call is in fact legitimate, Matt Smith is taken into unit, which is, you know, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you know what unit is. If you're a pervert, you also are probably thinking, never mind, I'm not going to go there. But anyways, so Matt Smith goes in the unit, and he sees this Time Lord painting. And basically, like any Time Lord thing, it's bigger on the inside, so it's in 3D. And the painting itself is a depiction of the Time War, which is the Doctor's worst memory ever, because during the Time War, he had to make a very Man of Steel-like decision, which would, on one hand, cause a massive success, killing all the Daleks, but on another hand, would cause the destruction of his home. And it's something he's struggled with since the show came back with the 9th Doctor. And that's something they address heavily in this show, obviously, especially with the John Hurt Doctor, who was, I'm sure you know at this point, so I don't feel as bad spoiling this, but John Hurt was the Doctor's appearance, basically. That's what the Doctor looked like during that time, and so that's why he's called the War Doctor. So anyways, these three Doctors that I mentioned, the 10th Doctor, the 11th Doctor, and the War Doctor, at very specific points in their lives, have these open time rifts that cause each of these Doctors to come together in a very impossible but very Doctor Who way. I mean, like, as David Tennant has said in many interviews, that's something that's unique to Doctor Who. Like, the Doctors at sometimes can actually meet each other, whereas if you're like James Bond, like Daniel Craig couldn't be in a movie with Pierce Brosnan. That's James Bond. That would be kind of weird. But you can do that in Doctor Who. And so they meet up and they have this problem that they have to solve with these alien creatures called the Zygons, which sounds very science fiction-y, but it's so fun. And at the same time, while they're doing this, they're having a lot of internal conflicts because obviously the War Doctor being there, it brings up a lot of hurt memories of that moment in time that they can never forget, which is when they destroyed all the Gallifreyans, all the Time Lords. And so that's what this episode's pretty much about. And at its core, I would definitely say this episode's very much about what it means to be called the Doctor. And it's really great stuff. Now, performances in this piece, because I when it's very artsy, no, when it's what do I want to say? When I find something extraordinary, I consider it art, and I call it a piece. So there you go. So in this piece, the performances all across the board were top notch. I mean, you know, David Tennant is back in full form and incredible as the 10th Doctor, and I mean, it's just so much fun to see the 10th Doctor again. I mean, I know the 10th Doctor is everybody's favorite Doctor, and you know, I can see why, and he's such an awesome Doctor. And also John Hurt really stole the show. I mean, he's such an incredible actor in general, but seeing him play like this tortured version of the Doctor, this almost dark version of the Doctor, which, I mean, we've seen dark versions of the Doctor, but this is an especially dark version of the Doctor, and he really brings this like gravitas to it, you know, being such an accomplished and incredible actor that he is. Plus, I mean, he seems pretty appropriate to play a Doctor, even if the last time he's fought alien creatures, he didn't survive all that well, but still, he's incredible in the role. And also just all the side characters. I mean, Jenna Coleman did a great job. All the actors that played the unit guys were great, and even Queen Elizabeth was awesome. And sorry, I got the burps today. I don't know why. Probably because I ate a lot. And of course, I haven't mentioned him yet, and I don't know why, but Matt Smith, again, just incredible as a Doctor, and just watching him perform is just making me think that you know, the next episode he's going to be in is going to be his last episode. So I'm really going to miss him, because I thought he's my Doctor, because that's when I came into Doctor Who. I'm a pretty new Whovian, but still, like, I'm going to definitely miss that guy to death. So yeah, performances across the board phenomenal, and this episode's like had everything you'd want from a Doctor Who 50th anniversary special. From the story itself, Stephen Moffat, this is the best story he's told so far in Doctor Who. I mean, it's gut-wrenching and it's hilarious. There's some very funny moments, and it's moving and it's action-packed. Like, especially when the Time War happens, I mean, it's both tragic and action-packed, and it's just like, wow, you really see just how traumatizing that whole event was. And just, again, the whole episode in general had pretty much anything you'd ever want from a Doctor Who 50th anniversary special, and then some. And I mean, again, by the end of the episode, you will probably be tearing up. I welled up a little bit. I definitely welled up a little bit, though it's kind of hard to cry in comparison to like that ending and like the Doctor's wife ending. That one I definitely cried during. This one I didn't cry. I welled up for sure, but I didn't cry. But it's definitely a very moving moment, and oh man, it's just fantastic. Also, there are some fan service moments. I will tell you that there are some fan service. There's cameos from past and future Doctors. Spoiler alert. Well, technically 1.5, because you don't see all of the guy, but it is 1.5. So we'll go with that. And you know, honestly, in thinking about it, there is not one moment in this 50th anniversary special that I did not love, because again, it had everything you'd ever want. You know, I'm saying this like 50 times, but it's just true. And I mean, I loved the story so much. I mean, I just loved seeing the emotional and internal conflict going through each Doctor because of all the stuff that they went through together, and like how one person went through it longer, one person did it. It's just really cool. And also, I love the dynamic between 10 and 11. Just seeing those two together is one of the best things ever. It's, oh my god, every time they were on screen together, I was like, yay! Oh man, this smile's been on my face for a while now. Oh man, what else should I say? It's, the whole thing in general is just fantastic. I've seen it a couple of times now, both with the actual regular airings, but also I've went back and rewatched them. They're just that awesome. And oh man, I guess it's hard to review something when you can't spoil it, because you can't really say much. But trust me when I say this, it is probably the best episode of Doctor Who ever, at least that I've seen. You know, I've thought it was fantastic, and I can't wait for 50 more years. I can't wait when I'm 73 years old and the next 100th anniversary special airs with all new Doctors and all new characters, because you know this show's going to go on forever. I mean, it's a show that just, it can keep rebuilding itself, keep being newer and fresher and more exciting, and I really hope that it does, because I would love nothing more than to be around for the 100th anniversary special. And I mean, if I have like little grandkids or something, they'll be like, Uncle, or not Uncle, if they like, Grandpa, do you remember the 50th anniversary special? And I'll be like, are you kidding me? It's still fresh in my mind. I just watched it the other day. No. Anyways, I guess to end this, I'll say this is best Doctor Who episode ever. It's incredible. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 50 out of 50, if you will. We'll go that. I'll give this a 50 out of 50. It's just so good. And of course, I love it. It's great. Oh, I love one takers. They're so fun, aren't they? But anyways, that's about it for this guy. A couple of things I want to mention before I go. Thing number one, if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend checking out this awesome biopic that BBC aired on Friday. Excuse me, I got a burp again. I think, maybe? I don't know. Okay, I guess I don't. Anyways, if you haven't seen it yet, there's this awesome biopic called An Adventure in Space and Time, which stars Filch from the Harry Potter films, and it's this really good it's really wonderful biopic about the creation of Doctor Who in general, and you know, like where all the ideas came from, and it's actually a really well done thing. So if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Totally recommend it. Also, if you haven't seen them yet, please check out my skits and shorts that I've been doing lately with my friend Sean. I love doing that stuff. And if you haven't seen them yet, please check them out. I'll put a link to the playlist for all my skits and shorts. It should be all the most recent ones. And I really hope you check them out. We got a new one coming out on Tuesday that we filmed on Thursday. So, yeah, fun stuff. And as always, don't forget to like this video. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, directorscutradio.com, Tumblr, and Vine if you can. Links are all down below. Also follow Carter on the Marvel Cinematic Universe channel. Link down below for that as well. And as usual, subscribe, like, favorite. I think I said like already. I don't really care. But I will see you guys on Tuesday with a new skit, and I'll hopefully see you guys on Friday with a new episode of comics. And happy 50th anniversary, Doctor Who. You are the greatest thing ever, and I hope to continue. And I hope you continue to 100 and beyond. Bye, guys.